willkommen bei Liebe, kennt, keinen Ort, dem Podcast von Inselboda. Ich bin Angie und in diesem Podcast geht es um freie Trauungen, Destination Weddings und echte Herzensmomente. Ich spreche mit Hochzeitsprofis und Menschen, die Zeremonien mitgestalten, über Erfahrungen, Emotionen, besondere Augenblicke und alles, was eine Hochzeit wirklich persönlich macht. Schön, dass du da bist. So, hello. Today we are speaking with a photographer from Mexico who has seen nearly the whole world and experienced a lot of love stories in many places. He brings a lot of both a professional and deeply personal perspective to destination weddings. So, how are you?
I'm completely fine.
You've
Really
traveled
willing,
across, yeah?
really willing for this interview.
You have traveled across so many places so far. What does the idea of a destination wedding mean to you personally?
For me, a destination wedding is much more than traveling to photograph a couple in a beautiful place. It's about entering their story in a completely different context, a place that often has a special meaning for them. As someone who loves both weddings and travel, destination wedding allow me to combine those two passions. Every culture, landscape, and atmosphere adds something unique to the way the day feels and how it's documented. What I love most is that when people travel for a wedding, everything becomes more intentional. The couple, the family, the friends, everyone is really present. That creates incredibly authentic moments, and those are the moments I love capturing.
Nice. So, from everything you've seen around the world, what makes a wedding location truly special beyond just being beautiful? Because there's so much beautiful wedding locations all over the world, but what makes a wedding location really special?
You're completely right. In my opinion, what really makes a wedding location special isn't just how beautiful it looks. There are many beautiful places in the world, but what truly matters is the meaning that place has for the couple. Sometimes it's a place where they first traveled together, where they got engaged, or somewhere that reminds them of an important moment in their life. Other times, it's a place they've always dreamed of, somewhere that represents the kind of life or adventure they want to share together. When a location has that kind of emotional connection, the whole wedding feels more authentic. And as a photographer, that meaning always translates into more powerful and personal images.
So, what do you think that couples often overlook when choosing a destination for the wedding?
A couple of things, to be honest. I think one of the things couples sometimes overlook when choosing a destination is how the place actually feels, not just how it looks in photos. A location might be incredibly beautiful, but it's also important to think about the experience for them and their guests. Things like the atmosphere of the place, how easy it is for people to get there, or how comfortable everyone will feel during the celebration can make a huge difference. But at the same time, I always believe the destination should reflect who the couple is. If the place represents their personality, their story, or something they've always dreamed, then it usually becomes the perfect setting for the wedding.
So, and what is the most important thing,
Um,
in your opinion?
that the place represents their personality.
Okay. And you, as a photographer, as a person, what feels different about destination weddings compared to the normal traditional weddings in your hometown, your home country, with all your family? What is the difference compared to a destination wedding?
Honestly, everything feels different. Destination weddings are very special moments and quite different from traditional weddings. When you celebrate your wedding in a place like that, I think the memories become even stronger, not just for the couple, but for everyone who's there. People usually spend more time together, sometimes a few days exploring the place, sharing dinners, or small moments before and after the wedding. That creates a much more relaxed and emotional atmosphere. As a photographer, that gives me the opportunity to capture not only on the wedding day, but also other important moments. The connection between people, the energy of the place, and all those little moments that make the story much richer.
So, what are some of the most emotional and most unforgettable moments you have lived during symbolic ceremonies and destination weddings? Is there something which comes to your mind immediately?
There are always many emotional moments during symbolic ceremonies. Of course, the kiss is always incredible. The energy between the couple in that moment is unique, and it often feels very different from what you see in more conventional weddings. I've witnessed some really unforgettable scenes, like couples dancing on dramatic cliffs with the ocean behind them, completely immersed in the moment. Those kind of settings create an atmosphere that it's hard to describe. Another very authentic moment often happens after the ceremony, during the photos. Couples feel much more free to be themselves and get creative. Sometimes it's simple things like walking along the beach, laughing and being playful together. Other times it's something very personal to them. For example, once I photographed a couple doing acro yoga together, which was something they both loved. Those kind
This
of
is a
moments are
really
very,
nice couple.
yeah, you remember them. It's really nice. Those
Yeah.
kind of moments are very real, and for me, they are some of the most meaningful to capture.
Hmm. Yeah. This is really cool. It's also really emotional for me to see them that in love and to see them just being them. This is the
Exactly.
really cool thing about weddings, which are sometimes smaller destination weddings, because you see the people really authentic and loving each other and enjoying the moment. This is something
Exactly.
which in traditional weddings also happens, but not that often because sometimes there are so much rules and the parents want this and the friends want this and at destination weddings really often you just come with the people who really accept you as you are. So I think this is really special about
It is.
destination weddings.
It's just different, completely different, but also I would say more authentic.
Mm, yeah, of course, it depends on the couple. There are a lot of authentic weddings and traditional weddings too.
Sure,
I've lived
sure.
a lot of them in my home country, but yeah, there are a lot of emotional, really emotional moments during symbolic ceremonies at really unique destinations.
I don't disagree.
Yeah. So, from behind the camera, what tells you that a wedding is truly personal and authentic? What does
For
make the
me,
difference?
you can feel in the way the couple behaves when they forget about the camera, when
Mhm.
they are relaxed, when they are laughing, or when they're simply being themselves without trying to pose too much. That's when
Yeah.
a wedding feels truly personal and authentic. Another
Mhm.
big sign is when the day reflects who they really are. Maybe it's in the place they choose, the music, the play, the way they interact with their friends and the family, or even some details that represent their story. From behind the camera, those moments are very easy to recognize because they feel natural. When a couple creates a wedding that really represents them, the emotions become real. And that always translates into much more powerful photographs. From behind the camera, what tells you that a wedding is truly personal and authentic?
So, and you told me that you've also had a free ceremony yourself. How did that experience change the view or the way you see weddings?
My own wedding was actually quite conventional. We had a lot of
Okay.
guests, and it took place where we live, so it wasn't anything extraordinary. But
So, what? Mhm.
looking
Sorry?
back to that, Mhm. uh, looking back, that experience has helped me truly appreciate destination weddings and weddings that happen outside of home. I've learned that
Mhm.
there's something magical about celebrating in a completely different place. It creates a different energy, a sense of adventure, and moments that are much memorable, not just for the couple, but for everyone involved. It made me see how powerful it can be to step out of your usual surroundings and really make the day your own.
So, what advice would you give to couples who are trying to choose the right place for the destination wedding?
Something, something that's special for them, something that remembers, they remember something about their own life.
Okay. So, and if you had to describe what makes a destination wedding unforgettable in one sentence, what would you say?
A destination wedding becomes unforgettable, in my point of view, when the place not only reflects the couple's story, but also offers a sense of discovery and adventure. Exploring a new location together, its landscapes, its light, its unique corners, creates moments that are completely their own and impossible to forget.
And do you have like a personal special place or favorite destination wedding place?
As in for another couples that I've been working as a photographer, you mean?
Yeah, and personally.
Um, I love the Canary Islands. I love the vibe that there is here, and I find many places super special. Mm, Most people that come and visit these islands think that they are super touristy, and they could be, but there are so many hidden places, so many, and discovering them always make you think that uh, there will always be a secret spot where you can maybe get married.
So, of all your destination weddings and free wedding symbolic ceremonies you have seen so far and lived so far, what are your three best moments, you would say?
Um, I think I mentioned a couple of them already
Yeah.
with the people doing yoga, with the couple doing yoga. Another one when I saw this couple dancing freely right on right by a cliff. That
This
was
was
really,
crazy.
yeah, yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing being there. We even had a drone, so we could see that from the drone, and it was just amazing. We'll never forget that.
Another moment which captured your heart.
Um, I I really like when they see that they're really enjoying the moment. For instance, this wedding we did in Fuerteventura, it was right on the beach, right on the sand dunes, and just waiting for the sunset to happen, and this couple freely walking around, getting wet by the waves, um, dancing, hugging, kissing. These kind of things makes me love doing capturing these moments.
You know what I loved about this wedding so much? It was the baby playing in the sand all ceremony long. So normally kids are like making noises and of course a little bit bored or sometimes they need their mother all the time or whatever. And this baby was just playing on this in the sand all day long. So this was so nice to see, enjoying also their kid the ceremony on his own way, of course. It was really
And
nice.
maybe you didn't notice, but this was also something very special because I'm sure that baby it's usually not like that because they
No.
were expecting something else. They were
Yeah,
getting ready for something else. They had a plan B for the baby. They had a different time for him, different this, different that. They had everything for the baby, and the baby was completely happy. It's like
yeah, yeah,
if the baby was on the kindergarten.
yeah, that's true. This is really nice because these are the moments where everything is getting perfect without expecting it. Mhm.
For sure.
Yeah. So, what do you think? What you enjoy most about being photographer during these moments?
During these moments,
Hmm.
well, I capturing the moment. I think I've already said it a couple of times, but um, capturing these unique moments that maybe may they don't even have on a script. They in a conventional wedding, um, most of the bride knows exactly what's going to happen because a wedding planner has told her this is going to happen, then this is going to happen. There is a script. And here in this symbolic wedding, they have no idea because sometimes they don't even know the place. Sometimes they haven't been in the place. So
I
they
think
get
it's
there
just
and
with me as efficient. Normally they know where they are.
no, not always. Not always. They don't always know. They sometimes they haven't even been in
Hmm,
the place at all.
that's true. Yeah.
So it's a lot more unexpected, I would say.
Yeah, that's true. So you would recommend symbolic and destination weddings?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's
Hmm,
something that will stay with you for the rest of your life.
that's true. So, thank you for sharing your impressions and your experience with us. It was nice to hear your point of view, and I hope you have really nice weddings in your future too.
I'm sure we will. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Danke, dass du heute bei Liebe, kennt, keinen Ort, dem Podcast von Inselboda, mit dabei warst. Wenn du dir eine freie Trauung oder eine besondere Zeremonie wünschst, findest du in den Shownotes weitere Infos, Inspirationen und passende Links. Ich freue mich, wenn du auch in der nächsten Folge wieder mit reinhörst.